So I have got a new wine to try. This is the Apothic Dark. Cheers. To be honest, I kind of hate wine, so this might be fucking awful. I mean, it's a little dry, but hey guys, how's it going? It is me, Spooky Brandie. Do you like my hat? I love my hat. Look at this hat. It's got a feather on the top. I got this from World Market. It is a United States-based store. They sell a lot of weird stuff, and around Halloween they sell some really cool stuff. So I picked it up today. Although the price tag said like $8.99, and it rang up for $20. But I own it now, so you know, it is what it is. Okay, all right. It's so cute. Anywho, so as promised, if you watched my New Orleans video, I told you that I would follow up with this video that you're watching right now in regard to my reading that I received at the Tea Witch. Just to kind of, you know, if you haven't seen the video, the Tea Witch is a tea shop in New Orleans that is run by witches, and they have a wonderful menu of teas available, and they're all locally sourced. When you order your tea, they'll go over and they'll crush all the herbs together and put it in like a nice little tea bag, and they set you up with a little timer, and then you can just sit there and just veg out and take in the scenery, because oh my god, is the scenery in that entire tea shop amazing. But very cool people. The other cool thing is there is a woman who does readings there. I don't want to necessarily say her name because I'm not entirely sure if she's okay with that information being public. She does the Lenormand deck. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to put that here. Lenormand. Lenormand? Lenormand. It's almost like it's tarot-ish because it's done with cards. However, it's very, very different versus it being like a, you know, like you only pull certain cards from the deck. It's actually like the full deck gets laid out, and depending on where the cards fall is, you know, kind of what direction you're going, etc., etc. All right. So I went in and I was like, okay, let's do a reading. I'm curious. I've actually never had a reading done on me, so I wanted to see what it was all about. So we did that. She of course asked what it is that I was seeking with this reading, like what information, you know, do I want to achieve from this reading. And I focused that energy while I was cutting the deck 3 ways, and really what I wanted was, I kind of laid it out to her that I have a YouTube channel, I have a regular Monday through Friday 9-to-5 job where I go to an office building. I am a mother, and I am kind of struggling right now with where my focus should be. And so I was trying to see if she could give me some kind of focus, you know, where should I focus my energies the most? Also, you know, balancing the whole motherhood thing and all that. Cool. So we're off. We did, we laid out the cards, and based on the cards, she saw that my YouTube, you know, career has been rocky. It has. You know, I started YouTube about 3 years ago, but I didn't really have a proper camera or proper mic or lighting or anything. And so if you like watch some of my older videos, you'll notice that the audio is garbage. The video quality, garbage. It's all very, very dark. And so, you know, I was still excited about doing it, but I was only doing it every 2 weeks, and I'd really only gotten up to like 100 subscribers. Then my computer died, and then my father died, and then my cat died. Not in that specific order, but it was like it all happened in 1 year, so I had to give up YouTube for a little while. then I got my computer back, and then I got a good camera, so I'm kind of like recommitting myself to YouTube. And she asked, how long has it been since I recommitted myself to YouTube? And I said, it's been about 6 months, give or take. She's like, keep doing it, keep going forward, pressing forward with it. She sees a lot of success on this channel, which made me feel good. But she said that I'm going to need to try some new things. There's going to be some new things that I try, maybe some collabs, maybe some interesting things that I can put on my channel that will kind of accelerate the growth and accelerate the success of my channel, which would be awesome. So I was like, oh, yay, okay, cool. She also said that I have isolated myself way too much. I'm a very social person, and I feed off of like being around large groups of people. And since I became a mom and since I started doing YouTube and working so much, I have not made any time for a social life. The reason for that is because I get so little time with my kids that I feel like if I spend any time outside of the house, I'm robbing myself of time with my kids. And I was like, nope, that's not fair. I'm already working too much. I already have too many things on my plate. I can't afford to spend another day away from the house. She said, stop it. She said, stop doing that. No, bad. She said, 30 minutes of quality time with your kids is way more valuable than 3 hours of non-quality distracted time with your kids. So me being distracted with, YouTube or work or whatever it has, or whatever it may be. So she said, you need to get back out there, make some friends, and in that venture, you are going to find some happiness currently in your current path where you're isolating yourself and dedicating yourself to your kids and only your kids. You are down a path of depression. It is okay to have friends and go out and do some fun stuff. So that's amazing because I think I can do this. I think I can do this, Like, it made me realize how much I had been kind of isolated. It made me realize how little I've done, take care for myself. So I have made a commitment that I will start getting out there and hanging out with friends more. So I'm going to start doing that. There is a goth night that happens here in town every second Friday. And, I feel like maybe I can start there and then see where that takes me. See, it's just one night out of the whole month that, I dedicate to hanging out and doing fun goth things. Okay, let's do it. So that's great. That's one of my focuses. If that's all cool. And the other thing that she brought up, she kind of like looked at the cards and she looked at me and she goes, are you like witchy? She didn't want to outright call me a witch, but funny enough, yes, I am a witch. And I will not say that I am a like head witch or knowledgeable witch. I'm a witch in training. I have been following the pagan path for a very long time, with little to no direction. And then I started going down the path of Wicca, again with very little direction. I have several books. The Cunningham book, Solitary Practitioner, the green book with the black, I'll put a picture here. I have that book. That book has been very, very helpful through my journey, and it is one of the kind of top recommended books for that path if you were looking into that. However, I haven't really practiced much, and I haven't branched out from that, and I kind of, once I became a mom, I kind of just gave it all up and said, I don't have time for this. And it's kind of left me feeling a little empty and unsure of where I should go. So when she said, are you witchy? I was like, well, kind of. And I explained to her that I had recently, I had picked up my altar again, kind of set it all out, and I've done a couple of, protection rituals and cleansing rituals, nothing too crazy. And after I did those rituals, I just felt so good. My heart was singing. I felt complete again. I felt whole again. And it was crazy. It was just like, I felt like I had come home in some kind of respect. So that had just happened recently. But then again, you know, I put it all back away and went back to my mundane 9 to 5, Monday through Friday kind of life. But she said, you need to commit yourself to that witchy side. You need to commit yourself to that again, because that is going to bring you a lot of fortune and a lot of happiness, and that is where you need to go. That is going to be integrated into your channel. She's like, so what I would recommend is pick up those Wicca books, get back in there, learn some things, practice some things, and vlog your journey. And I was like, that is an amazing idea. Yeah, I would love to do that. Especially if you're like me and you're like, I kind of think Wicca's my thing, but I kind of have no idea what to do. We're gonna learn together. Yeah. So, I don't know exactly when all of this is gonna start, but as soon as I can get all of my things together and start practicing again, I am going to start revisiting Wicca and the journey of learning all these wonderful things about Wicca, and I'm going to take you along with me. It'll be fun. You know, I'll talk about like my altar and books that I like and all that fun stuff. Ooh, additionally, she said, are you kind of, she's like, I'm getting the sense that you're a little bit psychic or you have some kind of gift. And I told her, I'm not sure about the whole psychic thing. I do have very, very vivid dreams, and sometimes I have daydreams that predict the future. I have no control over it, and it doesn't happen often. So I don't know if that's really my thing. But I did express to her that I do have a sense of magic about myself that I've kind of thought was a thing, but I didn't know was a thing. Feel free to call me crazy, because I am wearing this witch doctor fedora and drinking wine that I'm not crazy about because the bottle was cute. Okay, I don't like it. I tried to be cool. I'll stick with the coffee. Ugh. My skill, and you know, if you're modest, you might want to skip a few minutes here. My skill is in the sexual realm. What I mean by that is I've always had this strength behind my sexuality. I've always had this awareness behind my sexuality. I've never made any apologies for my sexual nature or being very open about my sexuality. I've made no apologies for, you know, how quickly and easily I tend to be attracted to others and they be attracted to me. Additionally, it's almost like whenever there's any kind of interaction where I'm, you know, interacting with somebody that I have this connection with, that's it's unspoken connection. It happens very often, first of all. So anybody who has very, like, you know, they get flirtatious with people sometimes, like, think of that, but like it happens a lot. Like, I can have this weird connection with somebody across the room at a gas station, and then 4 hours later it'll happen again, but like at a grocery store, and they're in completely different cities, and it's not like I'm wearing anything like crazy awesome or anything. It just kind of happens. But it's like once that interaction occurs of the flirtatiousness and the seduction and the just mingling and just being in each other's presence, that exchange happens for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes. I feel like I've had a feast. I'm full, I'm energized, I'm happy, I'm excited. I want to conquer the world just after a 10-minute sexy conversation? I don't know how to put it. But I explained this to her, and she didn't look at me like I was crazy. Thank you for listening to my crazy banter. Please tell me more. And she said there is a thing called glamour magic. I've heard the word glamour before, but I didn't hear it in a realistic sense. I've heard of like glamour magic when you watch The Craft or Charmed, where they make their eye color change or their hair color change, and they say that's glamour magic. It's not, actually. Glamour magic is kind of like the magical version of the art of seduction. And there's a give and take, and I needed to learn more. But she said, she suggested to me that I look into it and do my research in the realm of glamour magic. So I will be doing that, and I will be bringing you guys along on that journey as well, because I feel like that is right up my alley. So yeah, so again, I'm going to be exploring that. Again, I'm not educated in that. I'm not a head witch, so I don't have the knowledge that you might be seeking. So this will be more of like a we're learning together kind of thing. But yeah, so that was the reading in a nutshell. So I thought that was all very helpful in refocusing my energies, and I don't feel so scrambled and anymore. I feel like I know what I need to do to make myself happy and others around me happy. So yeah, I'm gonna go make some friends. I'm gonna play with some magic, and I'm gonna be on here doing the thing, you know, with my cool bone hat. Like, this is just so cool. I love it. Huh. I know it's like a cheap costume thing, but I don't care. I love it. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoy this long-winded video about my reading at the Tea Witch. I will go ahead and put some of the information below in regard to the Tea Witch in case you want to take a lovely visit yourself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're subscribed. I mean, I'd really, really appreciate it if you subscribe. That would be amazing. I do upload twice a week, so if you're not subscribed and you don't hit the notification bell, you're gonna miss some stuff, and I don't want that. We have fun over here. I talk about everything. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. You guys are amazing. You're gorgeous. And if anyone tells you anything different, they can suck it.